You're about to experience a Muddy Boot production. Today on Wardens.
And I'm trying to get these guys all flying more. I think we could utilize these aircraft for law enforcement things a lot more often than we are.
Oh, I'm pissed over this.
Oh,
you get that camera out of my face, cowboy.
Hey, you just calm down a little bit, okay? Just calm down.
There on the west side of the road, there's a black bear that's roaming around down there.
We've hopefully got a mechanic to fix it, but I've had this happen before, similar incidents. It seems like if what does go wrong will go wrong when you're needed, you know.
You know what you did wrong? Your before shooting hours. You want to go to jail, Jay?
My dream job's flying for the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, doing wildlife research and flying for the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, especially in Montana. Montana's home for me. And I'm trying to get these guys all flying more. I think we could utilize these aircraft for law enforcement things a lot more often than we are. So we do a lot of fishery work, but these helicopters have proven their weight in the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
The state of Montana has just purchased several tracts of private land using natural resource damage money. With state-owned sections already checkerboarded throughout the area, it was easy to form the new Spotted Dog Wildlife Management Area.
Spotted Dog is a newly purchased piece of ground, and the wardens want to get kind of a lay of the ground, so to speak, so they can figure out where they might need to concentrate their forces. There's not very many wardens in this state, and I think Spotted Dog is going to be a major hunting spot, I think, on opening day. So I think the wardens are going to want to kind of figure out where to be, and where the elk are is where they're probably going to want to be.
Operation Spotted Dog takes place 80 miles southeast of Missoula near Deer Lodge, Montana in Region 2.
The reason we're going to fly today is Joe Cambick is a new game warden in Deer Lodge, and he hasn't had time to learn his new district, so the quickest way to do that is to put a bird in the air and see what we got for elk numbers on our new game range, and it'll help Joe out a lot on knowing where to be on opening day. And that's the main reason for flying today.
Warden Mike Fagley flies with pilot Joe Ron, while Captain Dara drives to Deer Lodge, where he meets up with Warden Cambick and the chopper at the local airport.
Dog, I dropped Mike off up on the eastern or the western fringe of Spotted Dog, and there we saw probably 300 elk in scattered groups and one monster bull 350.
What I'm trying to do is figure out, you know, from these entrances that we have on the map where we want to be, and it sounds like this is a spot to be on opening day somewhere.
Once a plan is in place, Wardens Dara and Cambick head to the Spotted Dog Wildlife Management Area with pilot Joe Ron.
As we stated, this is a brand new game range, and we have certain access points where the hunters can access it. And the flying today is twofold: to benefit our new warden Joe, and also to benefit the rest of us that are going to help him to try to figure out where the elk are and where the hunters will be.
I actually started flying fixed wing. I paid for lessons, which got expensive, so I joined the Army. And the Army's really how I got started flying commercially. I flew airplanes throughout Montana with my private pilot's license until I found out that, you know, this is really what I want to do for a living. And to go on and get your commercial rating was cost prohibitive. So that's when I joined, well, actually went down to recruiter to join the Army. And then I went to Alaska to work on a fishing boat to pay off my flight bills after college. And while I was in Alaska is when the recruiter called and said, hey, you've been accepted to the military flight school, the Army flight school, warrant officer program. So So I flew for the airlines, I flew for the hospital, and I flew, Part 135 air taxi, helicopters and little airplanes. I flew Cherokees for Penn Air. So I flew off of Mount McKinley. I flew tours in Denali National Park. I flew in the bush for outfitters, hunters, bear hunters, just little airplanes for another outfit. I flew search and rescue. Actually, it was for the hospital, Anchorage Hospital, Providence Hospital. I flew off the roof of Providence, air ambulance, picking up people that got attacked by bears, airplane accident. Well, the whole time I was building up experience to do exactly this job. Flying airplanes and helicopters for the Montana Fish and Wildlife and Parks. At the time, it was Fish and Game. The whole idea of flying latched itself onto me when I was about probably 6 years old watching Wild Kingdom. I remember the episode exactly. They were tracking polar bears in the Arctic, and they were flying helicopters and darting it. Remember that guy Jim used to jump out of that helicopter? Well, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to be Jim or the pilot.
Having found out where most of the elk were located, Region 2 wardens were ready for opening day.
The flight indicated that we have 300 to 400 head of elk on the game range, and we know where they're at, and now we know where to be, so we've got a plan.
Coming up on Warden.
Oh, I'm pissed over this.
Oh,
You get that camera out of my face, cowboy.
Hey, you just calm down a little bit, okay?
2 days prior to the opening of elk season, Region 2 wardens flew over the new Spotted Dog Wildlife Management Unit. The unit has never been open to public hunting, and with the amount of elk in the area, problems could arise.
It's opening morning, the general big game season here in Montana. We're on the brand new Spotted Dog Wildlife Management Area. A new purchase by the agency. It's about 30,000 acres, and it's new to everybody, including the hunters and myself. So we're seeing some hunters spread out here. We've kind of scouted the area the last few days, and there are a lot of elk in the area. About 10 minutes past opening shooting light, and haven't heard a shot yet, but that's going to come. It's just taking a little while to find them. There we go. Oh, it's 3 minutes off. 7:48.
With all new things, come a few questions.
Ain't this something?
Yeah.
Where's the other parking area? Clear over the end there?
No, this is one right here, and then back behind over where the towers are there.
Yeah.
There's one there, and then there's one way over. You have
Way
to,
over.
You have to go up Jake Creek.
Yeah, well, that's where my son-in-law is supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
He's way over, almost next to Mosier's over.
Yeah. Well, I heard a few shots.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we heard, I think, about 4 shots that way.
Maybe I better pull the gun down, huh?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Captain Jeff Dara has been with the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks Law Enforcement Division for 25 years and works in Region 2. While the cowboys saddle up and get ready to round up cattle, Captain Dara moves down the road to check a few hunters.
2-1, I gotta be out checking some hunters here. Edward. Hey guys. Good, how's it going? What'd you get? Oh, that's what it is. I couldn't tell. I thought I had a white belly on it, but I said, what's the
fattest, little shortest thing I've ever seen.
Huh.
Almost sounds like a dog.
Saw that white belly. Did you shoot an antelope?
Saw a nice antelope bug.
You did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You see any elk down in there?
I didn't. I saw 2 cows.
2 cows. Cool. Make a neat picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, see you guys.
85 miles to the northeast near Wolf Creek, Montana, in Region 4, Warden Brian Goley has an eye on a few hunters already with game down.
It's a nice buck, that one. Where's your tag at?
803 Sheriff FG42. FG42. You looking for one of us? I am somebody that may be close to the Dearborn area. Just got a phone call report of on the just south of 244, exit 244 on I-15 there on the west side of the road. There's a black bear that's roaming around down there.
How's it going?
Try FG410.
Oh, they're just calling me. Looks like you got a few anyway, huh? So just make sure everything's legal, right?
Everything's legal.
Cool. I figured it was. I'm just giving you grief. Okay, you guys, have a good day.
Hey, you too.
Have fun.
After checking these hunters, Warden Goley responds to the bear call.
If it becomes a problem, just call me back.
10-4, thank you, sir.
So, I mean, a black bear causing problems? I don't have any black bears causing any problems down there, so I'm not sure what's going on.
When we return,
We're in trouble. We hopefully got a mechanic to fix it, but I've had this happen before, similar incidents. It seems like what does go wrong will go wrong.
it's opening day of elk season in Montana, and Warden Brian Goley is having a little trouble with the exhaust system on his truck.
We hopefully got a mechanic to fix it, but I've had this happen before, similar incidents. It seems like what does go wrong will go wrong when you're needed, you know. Apparently we got it half fixed. It's got a little leak in it, but I guess it's good enough for game wardens, right?
85 miles to the southwest in Region 2 near Deer Lodge, Montana, Captain Jeff Dara is responding to a call of an elk that has been harvested in a hunting district and the hunter does not have proper tags.
And what we have here right now that we're going to deal with in a little bit are two young men who killed cow elk with the permit that's good for this district on the map. And they killed them over here in what they call Bielenberg.
Captain doesn't write enough citations like the other guys, so he's got to get out and take a look at it. There we go. Here's the section in the bond schedule that we have, and this is a section of law. And to kill an animal in the wrong district, which is probably what I'll cite these gentlemen with, carries a bond of $135.
2-1, we split up a little bit. That first bunch looks like it's getting close to you.
Right now, one of our block management technicians who has less law enforcement authority than a game warden, who he actually ran into the violation, is kind of ferrying the bunch down here right now, and we're waiting for him to show up. It sounds like there's a fairly large party of them, maybe as many as 4 or 5 vehicles all together. So they're probably not going to be happy to do this, so we'll see how their attitude is and how they react and what I believe and what they tell me. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing today?
Well, we don't know yet.
Why are you pissed? 'Cause you didn't get your elk or what?
Oh, I'm pissed over this.
Oh,
You get that camera out of my face, cowboy.
Hey, you just calm down a little bit, okay? Just calm down. At this point, it's discretion on my part. We haven't even introduced ourselves together, and you're already... Ed, I'm Jeff Dara.
You're the new guy.
I'm not the new guy, I'm the old guy.
You're the old guy?
I'm the captain out of Missoula.
Okay.
Okay? Let's not be pissed, let's just talk, okay?
Captain Dara immediately de-escalates the situation by the way he introduces himself and body language.
Okay. Now, let's do this like gentlemen and scholars, like we all are, okay? Let's just one or two people talk. I don't need a whole bunch of people talking at the same time. I'm not here to railroad you or screw up your day. I'm just trying to figure out what happened, okay?
After checking permits, Dara breaks out a map and regulations determining exactly what portion of the district the tags are valid for.
They were told that they could hunt in the Bielenberg with the permit that they had. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to see if I believe that, I guess, or not.
Well, I put in for that tag, I called Fish and Game headquarters, right?
Okay.
And I don't remember how late, I talked to a lady, she put me to a guy that's usually there.
Okay.
And she says he'll know everything you want to know.
Okay.
And I talked to him.
We'll talk to them about it and see whether or not they did it, if I feel like they did actually call and it did seem like a misunderstanding. Those kind of things can happen to anybody.
Hold on one
The Helena office? Okay. Well, this is the situation I'm in as a game warden. There's no way I can prove that that phone call took place. You know, it's yeah, exactly. You know, and if you didn't make that phone call and you went back to Anaconda or wherever, you know, and said, boy, we pulled one over on him, you know, so what I'm going to do is this. I guess the worst case scenario here is they could be cited for unlawful elk and have their elk confiscated.
When we return,
I'm going to write you a commission and rule regulation citation.
it's opening weekend of the general big game season, and elk are the primary target for hunters in western Montana. While Warden Brian Goley spent his morning at the muffler shop, Region 2 Captain Jeff Dara has been dealing with the hunting district boundary clarification and the use of tags that are essentially invalid for the district.
I guess the worst case scenario here is they could be cited for unlawful elk and have their elk confiscated. I'm not going to take your elk because I think that there might be something to what you're telling me, but I can't prove it. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to write you a commission and rule regulation citation.
What's
okay.
that?
It's a citation. It's the smallest citation I can write you, but it's basically saying you shot this elk in the wrong district. Okay. Now what I could do is take both elk and write you a $1,000 ticket.
Oh.
So I'm not going to do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you keep the elk, and I'm going to write you each commission regulation ticket. You don't lose your privileges.
Okay.
You don't have to pay restitution. The bond on it usually is $135.
Oh, that's a lot better than $1,000.
So that's better than $1,000. So that's about as fair as I can treat you. This is relatively a new regulation. I believe this is the second year of it. It used to all be one district and it wasn't split in half, but it has been split in half. Granted, sometimes they're confusing and what have you, but it's like anything. You have to know the rules. It's been advertised and it's in the regulations, so it's up to the hunter or the sportsman to know what the regulations are. They're getting a pretty good deal here. They're getting to keep their elk, and they're pretty good guys, hard-working guys. I'm sure they're going to eat this elk, so they hopefully won't make this mistake again. Probably a pretty good education effort here today. Hey, thanks, guys.
All right,
really,
I
thanks a lot.
appreciate
You bet. You bet.
Okay.
Okay.
You come on down and
betcha.
visit us sometime.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See ya. Before these hunters came down, I wasn't sure if they were trying to do this on purpose. It was an accident. Several of them were here. It's fairly obvious that they were confused on what the regulations were and where they were. And they said they placed a phone call in and they thought they had it figured out and explained to them, but it wasn't right. And whether they just didn't understand or they weren't told right, I don't know. But let them keep their elk and wrote them. It was about the smallest ticket I could write them, and I think everybody learned a lesson, and they get to keep their elk, and they're happy, and they won't make the mistake again. And
Region 4 Warden Brian Goley's day, well, it started off at the repair shop, but now he's back on patrol.
Ready to roll? Okay.
You're out of here.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
We got some hunters up here to check on a piece of public land, and there are some elk here close, so we're going to find out where the elk are. So, nice bull, huh?
Yeah.
This your first bull? Wow.
It's our first elk. First anything.
I'm gonna go back to school on Monday, show the boys how it was done. You get pictures and all that. So that way you can say the game warden checked you and everything was perfect. Nothing. No, and I'll tape it back on. Yeah, that's a nice one. Very nice. I didn't think there was any left up there, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised to see anything up there.
Fairfield, huh? I like checking tags because this is the first thing I checked all day. It's really been kind of boring. Nice job.
This is my first elk ever.
I don't know, you call that a point? I would. It's over an inch. 6, 7. So 7 by 6 by 7. Not bad. Not bad at all for your first elk. Well, today's been very slow for an opener. I've seen some really nice bull elk, a few nice deer, but by and large it's very slow. And I don't know if it's the weather or it's just it's a new opener on Saturday. May have people a little goofed up, but we'll see if tomorrow is a busier day, and I suspect it will be.
Next week on Wardens.
They're done. That's an aluminum boat. They're done. There they go.
Find us on Facebook.
Oh, I'm pissed over this.
Oh,
You get that camera out of my face, cowboy.
Hey, you just calm down a little bit, okay?
Okay, we're at the Midas shop. Instead of checking hunters, we'll see how this goes. Oh. Oh boy. There's Starbucks if you want to go.